Alright, so welcome to the New York City apartment hunting video. This video is long overdue because I started making this video like 4 months ago, but we're here. We're in New York City right now. This is the apartment tour coming soon, but let's just get right into it. No dilly-dallying. We're gonna get right into New York City apartment tours. Okay, so I toured with my girlfriend Heather 8 apartments in New York City, mainly in Manhattan, mainly in Upper West Side, some in the Lower East Side. Forgive me, I'm telling you, this was 4 months ago. Okay, it's been a lot. There's been a lot happening between that. So I need to even refresh myself. Wanted to be close to Manhattan, if not in Manhattan. So some things we were looking for were staying under $4,000. Our previous apartment in Austin, Texas, we paid $4,000 a month, which I know is crazy considering you can get an apartment in Austin for like $1,600, if not even cheaper than that. But we were living in a crazy high rise with the doorman and the whole thing, you know. So we left our comfortable lives in Austin to come to the rat-infested New York City. We're looking for a 1-bedroom, and we were even willing to get a studio, but later we found out that wasn't going to be possible because you know, the trade-offs of space versus the accommodations and the amenities, you know. With a studio, you usually can get a nicer building, but of course it's the size of the shoebox, which is not ideal for 2 people. Maybe if we were single, that would be possible, but for 2 people, that was not gonna be possible. Another must-have for us was a nice kitchen. And as in nice, we just mean decent, you know? Not, there's some pretty ugly kitchens out here in New York, I'm not gonna lie. Another must-have was the washer and dryer in unit. In building was okay too, but we definitely preferred to have it in the unit because it just makes things a lot easier. And I don't want to wash my underwear with some other dude. That's freaky. Real quick, I'm gonna give you guys some really good tips that I wish I had when we were looking for the apartments in New York City. One of the biggest things we did, which was really helpful, is we started looking like almost 2 months ahead. I don't recommend looking 2 months ahead because these things come and go like every day. Like you'll see an apartment there for 1 hour, the next hour it is gone. Okay, there's things being listed every single day, 24/7. So don't start too far out. I would say maybe probably like a month out is the best thing to do, so you can kind of feel of like what you are expected to get in your budget. A lot of times, especially if this is your first time moving to New York like it was for us, you kind of think you have an expectation of what your budget can get you, but then it's not what it is in New York. Just be prepared. Okay, speaking of be prepared, have all your papers ready. And thank goodness for my girlfriend Heather, because yeah, without her, I don't think I would have made it. She had all the documents we needed ready on her MacBook. So as soon as we were ready to, you know, submit an application for a place, we had all the documents just ready to send to whoever needed the documents. And these are all the documents. I'm gonna put all the documents around here of everything you'll need. 3 bank statements, 3 pay stubs, 2 copies of IDs, landlord reference letter, letter of employment, 2 tax returns, and optional for most is if you have a lot of savings, it's a good look for you because they just want to know that you're gonna pay the rent when the rent is due. And honestly, that sounds like a lot. Like, I was intimidated when I saw all that. I was like, but at the same time, it really isn't that much. Like, it's pretty, like, most of these things are pretty easy to get. Like, there was just a few things that were a little annoying to get, like tax returns, because you gotta like go through and then figure all that out. But for the most part, they're pretty easy to get. But these landlords, they want to know your whole life. Say you like an apartment, you better be ready to submit those things. If you like a spot, don't even think about it. Just submit and hope you get it. All right, enough talking. Let's move on to the apartments. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, my name's Jacob. I am currently unemployed in New York, so please watch the video and like and subscribe. All right, so apartment number 1 was in the East Village. It was $3,500. The pros were it was close to transportation. It was safe. and a nice area. It had a washer and dryer. The cons were the 15% broker fee, which is ridiculous, but I guess it's normalized. It was pretty dark as well. This was like in broad daylight, and all the lights are on, but I'm sure if you turn this off, you can see in the windows there's barely any light coming in. And you know, a personal grievance was the lady showing us this place. She did not like us. She was not trying to help us get this place. Or any other places. She would just be like, I don't know what the prices are. I don't know. It's like, bruh, she's like, you're not gonna get anything for this price. And yeah, we got exactly what we wanted. So take that, lady. All right, apartment number 2 was in the Upper West Side. It was $31.50. The pros were it was a 2-bedroom, surprisingly, had a washer and dryer. And it was below our budget. Like I said, it was $31.50 for a 2-bedroom, right? Interesting. The cons were it was dark, there was no built-in AC, and it had a really odd layout, which I think made the price go down because it was kind of unusable. As you can see, the wall was curved there. The people who lived there were there, and we asked them how they liked it, and basically they were like, do not move here. So that was the sign. This is the 2nd bedroom, which would have been nice for like a little office or even another guest room like they had it. But at the end of the day, it was dark as heck. Like, it was so dark, guys, and that's because all the lights are on right now. But it would have been really nice to have the 2nd bedroom. The no AC was a deal breaker. All right, apartment number 3 was on the Lower East Side. It was $35.95. So it was in the budget, but it wasn't in the budget because they wanted the 12% broker fee, which if we did the math, it would have ended up being $12,000 up front just to rent the place out, which is insane. $12,000 up front just to get in, okay? That's insane. So be careful with the prices. They may look cheaper, but in the long run, the broker fee is what makes up for the cheaper price of the monthly rent. But this was our dream one. Honestly, the place, the location of it was amazing. It was like a few blocks off of the Grand Central Terminal. All right, moving on, we started looking in Long Island City. Maybe we could get a high-rise, something that was familiar to us from our previous place. This one, it had a lot of sunlight. It had the views. It had the washer and dryer separately, not all in one. And then the cons were it was above the budget. It had amenity fees, $100 a month, and the elevator was super busy. And we came from a high-rise before. We know the struggles of an elevator. You could be waiting for up to 10 minutes, and it may not seem like a lot, but trust me, when you're doing it almost every day and you have to wait 10 minutes just to get down, it's kind of annoying versus being able to just, you know, step out and start your day. Also felt cheap. Again, I have like the luxury high-rise experience, so I know what to expect from one now, and it definitely felt like the build was cheap compared to what we lived in before. There's the views. It was a beautiful view, you know. It was a beautiful view. But again, like these places also, they don't have the New York charm, you know. They're just like everyone lives in the same apartment. It's not anything special. So if you're into that, I get it. There's a walk-in closet is nice. This is the view from the top of the building. I think it was like on the 40th floor. This is also another apartment. This was a studio in the same building. We just wanted to check out what the studio would look like. It was $36.50 for this. As you can see, the lighting is horrible. And this is on a pretty bright day, sunny day. There was an outside patio, except it was right next to like the public amenities. So it was not really private at all. Yeah, so it was all right. Nothing special. Had the washer and dryer and unit, which is nice. All the ones had that in this building. And some storage here, which again is pretty nice to come by. You don't see that often in these apartments. So this is another one of our favorites. It was a twin building, a sister building, I guess, of the last building. It was a newer build, and it was taller as well. The view from here was amazing because it had the floor to ceiling windows. And right now where I'm standing is kind of like an office nook. So it was like a 1.5 bedroom, I'd say. But yeah, this was like the really nice apartments a lot of people dream of living in New York, I'd say, like the floor to ceiling windows with the city view. But again, it was way out of budget. It was $4,500, which is just not worth it, y'all. Especially if you live in New York, you want to spend most of your time, or you're gonna spend most of your time outside and not in your apartment anyways. It had the gas stove, which was nice, and it also had the washer and dryer. Like I said, all the units in this building had the same washer and dryer. But yeah, that view is really nice. Could have probably got some really good YouTube thumbnails out of this one. Yeah, a con was the elevator. As we were trying to leave, we legit got stuck there for 25 minutes, if not 30 minutes, because the elevators would not work. And in my last building we lived in, the elevators would constantly break down. I don't know if it's just a thing with elevators, but they break down a lot. And yeah, I had to climb down 29 stairs before, and I was not about to climb down 40. All right, here's apartment number 7. It was $36.50. It was in a really nice area and a pretty renovated building. It used to be, I forgot what it was before, but it was not an apartment. So some of the layout of some of these apartments in this building were kind of funky, but kind of charming at the same time. It did have an elevator. It wasn't like a modern day elevator. It was kind of old, but it still did the job. The cons of this place were, for us, the one window. There was only one window in the entire apartment, so the lighting would have been an issue for us. There's the one window there, but it was also kind of small. So this whole living, you enter and it was the whole living area and then the bedroom. We kind of were hoping for like some separation between the bedroom and the living room, which is gonna be really hard to come by if your budget is this much. Not to say this is a low budget. I think this is insane that, you know, you barely get anything for this much in New York, but you pay for location mostly. This is the bathroom. It was pretty nice. I did like the stand-up shower. But yeah, it was too small, and it did have a nice little patio area, which was nice. So this is the last apartment we decided to check out. It had no broker's fees. It was $35.50, which was in our budget. The only thing is the bedroom doesn't have a real door, so you had like, they put this little divider thing here, which is all right. It wasn't a deal breaker because it's just me and my girlfriend. So it has the in-unit washer and dryer combo. And the bathroom is pretty nice. You check it out here. It did also have a virtual doorman, which is nice. So, you know, no one can really get in unless you have a code. But look at this living room. Oh my, the windows, the high ceilings. Honestly, it's so unique. When we saw this, if you haven't guessed it, this is the apartment we picked. But when we saw this, we knew this was the one. We immediately put our applications in, and pretty soon we did get accepted for it. So this is our place here. I love it. This is the apartment. I am planning on making a tour. Right now, it just kind of looks really messy because we still, you know, we just moved in. So it's coming along though. Okay, I will say it is coming along finally. If you did, please like and subscribe because I got a lot more New York City content coming out. Don't sleep on me. Peace.